Hey guys, Portia here, and today I want to show you all step by step how to sublimate on a snow globe tumbler. We're going to even go ahead and fill it up with that glitter resolution. It's going to be super cute. I did make one for myself a while back. There is a video out there for it, but I broke it, y'all. Completely broke my heart. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and make another one, so let's get started. And let's start with the sublimation part of our project today. So here's the glass tumbler. Careful. And here is our design. Now my design is 9.35 by 8.1, and I did create it in Canva. And guys, all this is a flower background. I put a little paint splash right here to kind of like erase some of the flowers, and then I just put show your sparkle in 3 different fonts. So a really easy, straightforward design. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is get our tumbler taped down, and I really hate to touch the tumbler once I have cleaned it. So guys, what I'm going to do is clean the tumbler, get it taped down, and then I will meet you guys at the heat press so we can press the image on to the cup. We are all taped down, and I love working with glass because you get a little peek of what the final product is going to look like, and you also can make sure that you have no gaps when it comes to the tape down. So we are nice and tight. Now guys, you'll see I am set at 365 for 120 seconds. We're going to press twice. We're going to do one press and then do a 180-degree turn and do another press at the same setting. So let's go ahead. I like to do seam down. Pop that in there and do our first press. And we are going to turn and go again. Okay, it looks like we did a pretty good job. I always like to look on the inside when it comes to the glass. Anywho, it's hot, y'all. It's like for real hot. It is hot. I need a little help here. Peel that. Oh, I scratched it, y'all. Look at that. Bummer. Anyway, be careful. Let's go ahead and continue. Oh God, y'all, this is hot. But we are looking good. Now I will say I got a little bit of transfer from my paper. Normally that comes from too much pressure, so I may have had a little bit too much pressure, but that's okay. The transfer comes right off with water. So here is what we have, and this is already looking good by itself. So imagine what it's gonna look like when we go ahead and fill it with our glitter. So guys, with the glass tumblers, I like to let them sit for about 30 minutes because it's hot. So we want it to totally cool down before we work with it. So here's what I'm going to do. Let it cool off. I will go ahead and clean off the white, paper residue, so to speak. And then when we come back, we will be ready to load our glitter in. Okay, we are all cooled down, and I was able to remove the residue, so we're good there. Now it's time to go ahead and fill our tumbler. We'll be filling it through here, but we got to get our solution together, guys. So today I am using a slow flow solution, and what that is 4 ounces of bottled water. So I used Aquafina, and then I have 2 ounces of vegetable glycerin, and the last ingredient is clear Elmer's glue. And what we're going to do is just mix this solution until it is clear. So you see it gets cloudy, but we have to pretty much mix until it's... All right, guys, I think this is pretty good. You just want to make sure that it's not cloudy, and you want to make sure that the ingredients are well incorporated, especially that glue and glycerin. Those are the two that could fight with each other a little bit, but I think we good here. Yeah, we're good there. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. Now I have this squeeze bottle here. It's about 8 ounces. I like it because it has a tip there, which gets in there really good when you're filling the snow globe. So let's just get a little funnel here. And just gonna pour that in there. All right, looks good. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just tilt this to the side. So that's kind of like the method. Tilting it helps with the air bubbles. And we're just gonna add a little bit of solution to get down there in that rim so that the glitter doesn't like get stuck in the rim while we're trying to fill. And this is my glitter mix that I'll be using today. So we have this, and I think, guys, I got this from Joann's. I think Joann's fabric. And so these are the ones. So, and then this one even came from Walmart. The thing to remember is you want to use chunky glitter because like fine glitter can actually get caught up and clump up in the tumbler, and you don't want that. So guys, it's various ways to get the glitter into the tumbler. Some people tape around here. Some people use a little mini funnel, but I am just gonna put parchment paper down because it gets a little messy. And then I am going to just push it on in there. Now that I got like a little in there, I want to give it a good shake so that it doesn't start to like clump up in one spot. And then guys, what I'm gonna do is just continue to add a little glitter, shake a little bit, add a little glitter, and shake a little bit. So I will be back when all of the glitter is in the tumbler. And I am all done with the fill. I didn't get too much glitter all over the place, so that is a good thing. Now guys, we're gonna go ahead and take our bottle here and proceed to fill. So I am going to, like I mentioned earlier, tilt to the side and squeeze. And I'm gonna rotate a little bit so that it just doesn't end up, end up on one side. And as I get some in, I am going to beat it a little bit to get it to kind of disperse all around. And so guys, I'm gonna keep going until it won't allow me to fill the bottle anymore. All right guys, so I want to give you a close-up of where we are. So I have filled it as much as I possibly could for right now. What I'm gonna do is allow the tumbler to sit overnight and degas, so that pretty much means all the bubbles are gonna rise to the top, and we tomorrow are going to try to get this bubble that's sitting right here on top to be as little as possible. I will tell you, I feel like when the hole on these tumblers are in the middle, it's harder to get the bubbles as small as possible, or to just straight up just get that bubble out. But you know what, we're gonna try. And if we have a little gap left at the top at the end of the day, it's okay, because it ain't gotta be perfect. Anywho guys, let's let this sit overnight, and when we come back we will check out and see what we got. Alright guys, we are back. I did go ahead and allow the tumbler to sit overnight, and as you can see, we got still got a few little bubbles here, and then like one here was two, but it just combined. And so I'm like, how in the world are we gonna get this bubble out? So I went to the school of TikTok, and they say if you bend a sublimation ink needle, which I just did, I took my pliers and I went on ahead and bent the needle. What they say is you can suck the air out of the bubble while putting liquid into the hole. So we're gonna try that. But y'all, you know what? This is for me personally, so I don't have to get it like perfect. But hey, let's try it. Why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and pour liquid up top here, and then I'm gonna take the syringe, if you guys can see that, and I'm going to try to pour air. Oop, oop, oop. We didn't split, y'all, out of these little bubbles. But I will tell you, as I'm pulling the air out, the liquid is going down in there. So that's a good thing. I think I'm going to do this just a couple more times because, again, I ain't trying to make it like the best tumbler, snow globe tumbler in the whole wide world. That ain't my goal. I just don't want a large gap up top when I turn it right side up. But why are all these bubbles multiplying, y'all? Gosh, Porcha ain't got patience. I ain't got the patience. All right, guys, so I'm gonna stick with this for a couple of minutes, y'all. And after that, what we are gonna do is move on to the next step. All right, y'all see that right there? We are done. Porcha's patience is gone. Okay, this is it, and this is way better than what we previously had. So before, we pretty much had a very large gap of space there. Now all we got is a tiny bubble, and guess what? I am okay with that. I am going to be okay with that. Let's go ahead and prepare to seal this off. So I am going to take a little bit of alcohol so that we can clean our base, because we were dealing with the glycerin and of course the glue. We don't want to mix that in when it comes to sealing the bottom. And then what we're going to do from here is go ahead and just take our little stopper and place that back in there. And I'm going to wipe it down one more time. And guys, we are going to use a bit of UV resin to seal off the base. So I did the top last night while I was waiting for the tumbler to degas, and I like the way that this came out. So I'll probably do the entire base as opposed to just covering up the stopper. But what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of the resin right here. And then what I'm going to do is come back with my UV lamp. Now it does take this resin approximately 3 to 4 minutes to cure. So we're going to go ahead and let this cure, and then I'll come back in with some glitter for the next part. All right, guys, the first layer to seal the stopper is dry, or rather cured. And what I have here is a mix of UV resin with all 4 of the glitters that I used inside of the tumbler. So I'm just going to smooth that out to kind of like cover up our little stopper there. And then I'm going to allow this to cure. And then I'll put one more layer on to like help to even out the chunkiness of the glitter. And then when we come back, we will take our tumbler outside and look at it in natural. So all right, y'all, we are all done, and I swear this one right here has been quite the journey, but I am loving it. So remember, we scratched it when we were unwrapping the wrapper. I pressed the thing too hard. It's full of gas. You got all these air bubbles still left in it. So I'm honestly calling this one the perfectly imperfect tumbler. I love this one though. So the slow flow solution, I really like it because it gives the glitter just a little bit of time to kind of slow down, and you can really enjoy the flow. It doesn't drop as fast as like 50% glycerin, 50% water. This one is actually a little bit more enjoyable, so I'm glad I decided to try this one on this tumbler. Now the bottom came out great. Make sure, guys, though, when you do your UV resin on the bottom, that it's on a level surface, because when you sit it down, you want to make sure it is sitting flat. But guys, thank you for coming on this journey with me as I replaced my tumbler. If you have any questions or concerns, emotional outbursts, let me know. If you found this video helpful or just plain old entertaining, could you give it a thumbs up? But guys, as always, until next time, peace.